it's going to be the tough next couple hours. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that somebody has a clear shot and is able to neutralize, because they are not at this point in time showing any evidence of wanting to surrender. So as soon as somebody has a clear shot, I encourage them to take that shot and neutralize the threat.
I tell you, I'm brokenhearted, man. I really am over this thing over in Idaho. This is tragic, man. I watched the press conference. Law enforcement they were shook. I mean, you got a sheriff who says it was a, quote, total ambush. That's a direct quote. Basically saying if you have an opportunity to take a shot at this person, because it was a manhunt, when they called in 300, called in hundreds, I think it was 300. I don't remember, but it would call in hundreds of officers. People were locked down in their homes, sheltering in place because a psycho wanted blood. Do we have the audio on this clip here, Dave?
Approximately 1:21 p.m. this afternoon, we received reports of a fire on the east side of Canfield Mountain. Fire assets responded to the scene, and at approximately 2 p.m. this afternoon, it was reported that firefighters were receiving shots fired at them. We now have 2 deaths. We have an unknown amount of casualties. We still have civilians that are coming off of that mountain. We might have civilians that are stuck or in shock on that mountain. So this is a very, very fresh situation. We are actively taking sniper fire as we speak. This is an active situation. We have multiple agencies that are on scene, from local and federal authorities, and we are prepared to neutralize this suspect who is currently actively shooting at public safety personnel. We are prepared to neutralize this suspect as quickly as possible.
This is horrific on a lot of levels. He went on to say that if a citizen had an opportunity to take out the shooter, and of course the media there locally, they ran with it and said, well, this is going to be hard for law enforcement to come in and neutralize this because there's going to be people getting in their way. Now, you know, in these communities, I trust the citizens, man. I do. I trust the citizens out there. When you got some psycho running around in a mountain, they found the guy dead. Okay, so this is breaking. I mean, this earlier, they found the guy dead, 20 years old. 20 years old. He brought a rifle, started a fire, waited. We don't know if he killed himself or got put down in the crossfires. Y'all may know already. Here's an image of him, and again, we don't even want to. What was that again, David? Say it again. Self-inflicted gun wound is what David's telling me in my ear, and I thought I had read that, but I didn't want to miscommunicate that if I were wrong. This was a deal. This was a real deal, man. It's horrible. And I don't want us to do the same thing that we always do, you know, where we light the candles, we hold some vigils, and we're going to post the thoughts and prayer memes. I really do feel like that gets shallow after a while. And I know that you don't know what to do. None of us know what to do in a space of tragedy like this. You know, and unfortunately, these things, they come and they go. They become a regular part of American culture and society. It sucks. Absolutely sucks. We'll find out who this person is. I'm going to save my speculation when I look at the images here. But I think you know where my mind's going. Yeah. I mean, here you see the image right here. You can make your own deal. Yeah. Unfortunately, these things happen, and by Friday, we're going to be talking about Morgan Wallen's new album. I don't know, you know, dealing with some, you know, congressman who can't even spell the word freedom. But the thing is, listen, I'm not mocking the grief, not at all. I'm grieving with these families. I'm praying hard for the third firefighter that's fighting for his life. Listen, I got a lot of friends in uniform. I got a lot of firefighter friends. I've got friends who run into fire. I got people that run to chaos. I've got friends who have stood in front of the very same danger, and I just keep thinking, what if that was them? And I know people who know these people. You know, what if that was your son? What if that was your daughter? You know, who are heroes, because this wasn't just a killing, and this is where it doesn't pass the smell test with me. I don't know if we're dealing with somebody that's got some kind of dysphoria going on mentally. Again, we can speculate. Was it a lone person? Was it an act alone? Is there a manifesto? All of these questions. It's just, I'm so sick of talking about this stuff. But here's the thing, because at the end of the day, this was not just a killing. This was a message. It's a warning. It's a show of force by somebody twisted enough to think that this was justified. And there's too many people in our society that think like that. And you can call it mental illness, I will, but I'm not going to stop right there. Because let me tell you something that's going to make you uncomfortable, or it should. America is breeding this kind of madness. They're breeding this kind of madness. We are literally seeding it in silence. You can blame MK Ultra, you can blame the government conspiracies, you can do all these things. But at the end of the day, let me tell you what we do know. We are watching this culture of insanity grow and hoping that it's just going to skip our town and our neighborhood and our community and our family and our firehouses. But here's the thing, it's not going to, because it's already here. See, mental illness in this country isn't just a public health issue, it's a national security issue at this point. Do you hear me? Here's at Imeme, 20-year-old Wes Rowley has been named as a sniper who lured firefighters into an Idaho mountain by setting a brush fire, shooting 2 of them dead. He's a prior arrest that resulted in a felony charge of arrest with a deadly weapon. So this kid obviously not playing with a full deck. So many speculations I could make, and I guarantee you if I started spitting them out, I'd get banned on YouTube, but I promise you I'd be right. But here's what we got. We got millions of people. We got millions of people walking around untreated, undiagnosed, unacknowledged, angry, isolated, addicted, broken, parentless, fatherlessness. Instead of helping them, we just hope they stay quiet. We scroll past the red flags on social media. We chalk it up to, well, they're just weird. And then we're shocked when these people turn violent. And you want to know why? Because this country lost its soul somewhere along the way. We don't know how to connect anymore. We don't know how to listen. And we sure as hell don't know how to intervene. And all the while, these ticking time bombs are out there arming themselves, getting online, in their echo chambers, in their basements, in their message boards, on TikTok. And yeah, sometimes it's just one rogue nut job with a manifesto, but sometimes it's even worse. Sometimes it's organized, and that's where we're headed to as a country. It's immediately where my mind went, especially after what happened between Iran and Israel and the threat of sleeper cells. And if you think I'm being paranoid, good. Maybe we need a little healthy paranoia again. I guarantee you that firefighters aren't going to show up on a fire the same way anymore because of that paranoia may save their lives. And maybe we need that because these sleeper cells, they're real folks. Now they're not just from foreign enemies either. They're from within. Some of them are homegrown. I see you in the chat. I see what some of you say. Fueled by ideology, extremism, hatred, just plain nihilism. And I'm just calling it as it is. This is a mental illness. This is insanity, and we are breeding it as a country. And if you think these crazy nut jobs aren't going to band together at some point in time and more is going to happen, you know, how many more fires are going to be lit with the intent to kill? How many ideas are being put in the mind of these crazy nut jobs down in mom's basement? How many more peaceful American communities are going to wake up to war zones? You think this is the last time we see this? Wake the F up. You've got radicalized groups, far left, far right, everything in between. We got stuff from other countries. We know that because of our open border policies for 4 years under Joe Biden. Millions of people here that shouldn't be. We don't know how many of them are violent, how many are forming cells in cities across this nation. And the scary part is we don't know who half of them are until the bullets fly. And you know what else I'm sick to death of? Is the FBI coming out later on and saying, yeah, we had our eyes on them for a long time. So what do? I'm just a citizen, right? You're a citizen. You believe in your Second Amendment rights. You're armed to the teeth, got plenty of bullets. You got locks on your doors. Well, locks are for honest people. And we've lived in this overblown sense of this bubbles of fake security. There's really an illusion. And one of the things we got to do is we got to stop pretending mental health doesn't matter. Stop treating it like a political football. Start treating it like a survival issue. We train our teachers. We equip our churches. We open doors instead of locking people out of society and pretending they're magically going to get better. We create systems not to punish people for being sick, but to help them before they snap. Right now, there's a lot of people who don't want to go get help because they know they're going to be punished. How many veterans with PTSD don't want to come out there and talk about that because, or get on certain medications because they're going to come and revoke their right to bear arms? It's silly. And yeah, we got to deal with people who are a danger to others with the seriousness they deserve. Call a spade, because it's one thing to feel broken. It's another thing entirely to become a predator. And we shine a light hard on extremist ideology, whether it's religious, political, anarchist, I don't care. If it breeds violence, if it grooms killers, if it tells people it's heroic to slaughter firefighters, it needs to be eradicated from this country like a cancer. And don't give me that whole crap about its violation of free speech nonsense. There's a difference between disagreement and destruction. Freedom doesn't mean you get to light the world on fire and walk away smiling or with a bullet in your head after murdering 2 heroes. Now, I'm going to speak directly to the men and women out there who wear a uniform. I know you watch this show. I know you listen. God bless you. You run to danger instead of running away from it. God bless the cops that pin a badge on their chest and kiss their families goodbye and pray they get to come home at the end of a 12-hour shift without getting ambushed somewhere. Ambushes of cops has been at an all-time high, record numbers of that over the last few years. But to our firefighters, our EMTs, our Border Patrol agents, our veterans, our dispatchers, our nurses, hell, our linemen, the people that get the power back on at 3 in the morning, it's a dangerous job. All of you, you're heroes. I know that word gets tossed around. I was at a convention. I was at a gala. I was at Boots for Troops Saturday night, surrounded by heroes, listening to them talk, sitting with them, sharing a meal with them, listening to their stories. I was just with, I'm on Chad Robichaux's Resilient podcast today. I think it's out today. We talked for about 3 hours the other day. Chad Robichaud is one of my heroes for a lot of reasons. But that dude's seen war, and he deals with people that have seen a lot of war. And we talk about hero, it gets tossed around, but I mean it. You folks out there, you American folks that leave your house, kiss your family goodbye, and you don't know you get to come back home. You're doing the work the cowards won't do. And sometimes, tragically, you're paying the price for a broken world. And my God, I wish you didn't have to. I know you're tired. I know you feel forgotten. I know you feel unappreciated. I see it. I hear it in your voice. You've told me. You wonder if the people you're protecting even give a damn. I hear that all the time from folks. But I'm telling you now, we do. I do. And we owe you a lot more than words. We owe you safety. We owe you honor. We owe you a government that doesn't spit in your face or cut your funding. We don't owe we don't need to listen to the defund the police crap and all cops are bad and pigs and that. Listen, we owe you the peace of knowing that when you show up to a burning hillside, you're not going to be walking into a freaking ambush. And to the families of the fallen, I don't have the words. I don't. Words, what are they going to do? Nothing's going to bring back your loved ones. How many times are we going to have this conversation? But I will say this, their legacy is going to live on. It's too soon for you to even appreciate that, but their legacy is going to live on, and we're not going to forget. We're not going to stay silent about it. We're going to keep talking about it, no matter how raw it may be, because they didn't die in vain. Not on this watch. No, not on our watch. We're going to keep using the platforms to say, I'm going to celebrate these first responders. I'll do it every dadgum time. And for the rest of us out there, listen, if you're struggling, if you feel like you're losing it, if the voices in your head are louder than the love around you, well, please reach out. Please talk to somebody. What's that number? 988 or something like that. You just get it. Talk to God. Talk to a friend. Don't become a headline. Don't let the pain fester into evil. And you parents out there, talk to your kids. Find out what they're doing online. Find out what message boards they're a part of. See who they're talking to. If you start to see a change in their behavior, in the way that they carry themselves, in their attitude, in the way they dress, the way they cut their hair. Hell, I don't know. Start looking for the signs, or your freaking kid, pay attention to them. I mean, we got to, love is spelled T-I-M-E. If you don't know your kids, nobody else is going to know them. And if they're getting more attention and more love and more, affirmations from a message board on Reddit or somewhere on the dark web than they are at home around the dinner table. Listen, if you see something off in somebody, say something. Don't wait. Don't brush it off. Be bold enough to care enough. This can't keep happening. My God, we got to be better, stronger, man. We got to be more vigilant, more compassionate, more united. If America falls, it won't be from the outside. We shut Iran down in 12 days. That whole deal was shut down in a day. One mission, 36 hours. Thank God. That's why I keep saying if America falls, it won't be from the outside. It's going to be from within. And after all that happened in Idaho, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to let that happen here, not without a fight. So God bless the brave men and women out there. God comfort the broken. And I pray that he shakes this nation awake before the next fire starts. One of the things Chad Robichaud and I were talking about on his podcast, I want you to tune in and watch it. We had a great conversation. It's long, a couple hours, but I felt like it was very profound. I'm anxious to watch it back, just to see what all I said. But I felt like it was a great conversation. And one of the things we were talking about is I think this nation does need a renewal, not just with patriotism, but with God. We need a refreshing. We need a revival, whatever that looks like. I think that there's another great awakening that can happen. God bless you guys in Idaho, man. I'm praying for you.